Hey, how's it going, guys? As highly requested, today I'll be checking out the ONN tablet, available for under $70 at Walmart. Now, this tablet is made by Walmart themselves, if you look back here. For the price, this thing is a powerhouse. It has a 1.3 gigahertz quad-core processor, probably a MediaTek, but we'll take a look at that. 2 gigs of RAM. That's very rare to see. Actually, I've never seen 2 gigs of RAM on a $70 tablet. It's always been at $90 was the lowest I saw it, so at $65 it's so much better. 16 gigs of internal storage. We'll see if it can support transferring apps to a micro SD card. And they say battery life is about 5.5 hours. What's also interesting is that they include $20 for Walmart ebooks, so that's pretty nice to see. And it's also running Android 9 Pie. On the back it tells you what it comes with, and then it kind of repeats some of the specs here, except it also has a 0.3 megapixel front camera and 2 megapixel rear camera. These don't sound great by any means, and we'll check them out, of course. And then there's some preloaded apps. I like how they show you what it comes with, what apps it comes with. Now, two things as I'm unboxing this: there was plastic wrapped around this, which I just took out, and there's also this like sticker seal here. It's like an invisible seal, but it's there. And on the bottom too. Inside of the box is a promo code. I'm going to leave that for myself. The tablet itself, which was kind of locked in there, put that to the side. A user product guide, a USB wall outlet, and then the micro USB cable to recharge the tablet. On the right side you have your volume keys and the power button, along with the reset button on the bottom. On top is where the micro SD card slot is, along with the 3.5mm headphone jack. Nothing on the right side or left side. On the back there's this like textured back. It's just plastic though. And there's a rear camera. Oh, and the front camera is right there in the middle. And then there's the speakers on the bottom, the speaker grill. It looks pretty small, so I'm not expecting much from it. And then the micro USB port to recharge the tablet. Another nice little thing is that once you take this sticker off, there's still a screen protector that's put on it that comes with it pre-installed. Out of the box, there's 11.18 gigabytes free out of 16, so that's not bad at all. And these are the apps that it comes with pre-installed: Voodoo, Walmart, and then Grocery Walmart, and then Walmart eBooks. Again, you have that coupon code for the $20 off, Sam's Club, and that's pretty much it. Taking a look at the cameras here, the front camera is pretty shaky. It's not good for a video call or anything. Maybe sufficient, just maybe enough. And yeah, the camera quality is just not good. I'll take a picture here. Came out poor at best, nothing special, nothing crazy, just what you'd expect from a cheap tablet. Here's the rear camera I took a picture with, and I took a picture of the tablet box, and some of it came out blurry, but it is readable, you know, just in case if you want to use this for school. The stuff on the bottom here was, you couldn't read it because it was too blurry. It wasn't able to pick it up. And overall the camera does seem pretty bad. I mean, this shot came out well, surprisingly, but it's not able to focus in too well. And it's not too sharp, but like maybe from a distance, like a simple photo would be okay. Browsing the web seems pretty adequate, more than adequate. It's just that there's just a second delay when it's loading stuff if you go quickly on top or bottom of the screen. So if you go back up, there was that slight delay, but not bad overall. Now, this was played in 720p 60 FPS, and some of the gameplay was alright, but then at other points, like just now, it was lagging a lot, so I guess it's not good for watching videos at 60 frames a second.
Myself, this must be too good to be true, and I was right. I thought the
And now this video is in 720p just to show you that it's working perfectly fine as long as it's not 60 FPS. It doesn't go higher than 720p, it can't go at 1080p because again the screen is only 1280 by 800 and the CPU or GPU only supports up to this resolution. And the speaker on the back is tinny as expected. It can be covered in one finger, but it got decent in loudness. And here is the Geekbench multi-core score and the single core score. So it usually got around 576 to around 1600 for the multi-core. 576 is a single core. So again, that's worse than the LG Nexus 5 as I've always seen it. If you watch my videos, I normally go through this stuff. The tablets are pretty much always lower, but this one, actually the multi-core score, it seems to be better than some other tablets that I've tested at a higher price too, at around the $100 price range. So that's pretty interesting to see. We'll check out a few games in just a moment. On the Antutu Benchmark, it gets a score of 40,000, and that's a pretty decent score. It's pretty nice. The CPU on here is a MT8163 quad-core processor with a Mali T720 GPU. These are the kind of specs you would have seen just 2 years ago on the RCA Viking 2, for instance. That was going for double the price, which is about 120 bucks. I think it came down to about 110 if you take a look on Target or something. But this is much cheaper, and it runs and hopefully it performs just as good. I mean, we'll take a look at that in just a moment. It's crazy how affordable this is compared to the other tablets that are out there. First game I'm checking out here is Subway Surfers. All these games I check out are going to be free, and overall it's pretty good. Not 100% smooth in frame rate. I noticed a few frame rate dips as I was playing this, but overall it looks good. I also just want to mention I disabled hardware overlays in the developer options, so hopefully games will run a little better. Next game I'm checking out here is Sonic Dash, and this game seems to be running pretty well. I noticed a little bit of lag here and there, but nothing crazy. Overall it's playable. Finally, I'm checking out PUBG here, and I have the graphics set to low. Everything's minimum except for the frame rate, and so far it doesn't seem too bad. Definitely playable, but again, I want to get into some combat to really see what it's like. Now the frame rate has been lowered. I just restarted it because I noticed there was lag when I was looking around in this big map, and the same thing seems to happen here. It seems to be lagging a bit when I turn the thing around. Playable? I don't know. It's really up to you to decide on how you see it. Personally, I would say that's not necessarily playable, but in close range, it seems like everything's fine. So I also changed force GPU rendering in the developer options, and it seems to be lagging a little more ever since I turned that on. Alright, there's this guy here. Gonna take him down. Alright, knocked him down. Right here, so again, it's looking really choppy, so that's one thing. I would definitely say this isn't playable, but let me go ahead and turn that stuff off, disable GPU rendering and developer options and whatnot. So overall, I would say PUBG is not playable. Unfortunately, I just disabled hardware overlays and forced GPU rendering, and it's still lagging when I look around and everything. Now, for snipers, that would be a problem. When you scope in, I guess the lag isn't as bad, but overall, it's just not playable, I would say. So the top back seems to get warm, probably where the battery is or the CPU. But not to the point where it's just like too hot to touch, and it does cool down within like 5 to 10 minutes, so it's not too scary for a kid to play on, because I've seen a lot, mostly these tablets that are in the price range usually do heat up and get warmed up. I've seen a lot worse, so this isn't too bad, but just so you know that that's there. And one more game I'm checking out here is Injustice 2, just to see what it's like. I know that PUBG didn't work out so well, and this seems like it's the same. There's a lot of slow frame rates. It's not smooth, but surprisingly it's playable. Like, it loads up and everything. In a sense, I guess you could say it's playable. It seems like high-end games aren't too well suited for this tablet. Overall, for the price, it's really good. I mean, of course you can't play high-end games like I just showed earlier, but regular games should work just fine, like 2D and some 3D games. There's also some other functions like the split screen function I forgot to show you guys. I can't press it right now too well, but it's right there, so you can have two screens open at once, and let's see how that works. Alright, so everything just adjusted in a moment, and it looks like there is a bit more of a delay, but not too bad. It's still usable to have dual screen or a split screen function, so it's nice to have. And overall, for the price, I can't think of anything better. This is easily the best tablet under $70 that I've ever tested out. Better than the Vankyo MatrixPad Z1. It's even better than the Nook 7 that I just reviewed not too long ago, or unboxed not too long ago, because this does have 2 gigs of RAM, a ARM Mali T720 GPU. Now again, the specs aren't amazing, but for the price, they're really good. I've never seen anything at this low of a cost for a brand new tablet have those kind of specs. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Leave a like if you found this video helpful, and subscribe if you want to see more. As always, thanks for watching.